Hello, and welcome to our 20-minute Get Up and Flow class. This is a standing series. We are not going to be going through any kind of Shavasana at the end, given the time frame, but I will kind of prompt you if you want to continue that at the end of your practice today. So we're going to just go ahead and get started. The only thing you need is your mat, and if you have one available to you, a block like this, just in case you need it. We'll use that block for some adjustments in our poses if needed. So we're going to start by standing with our feet hips distance apart, kind of come up on your toes, rock back on your heels, just rock back and forth a few times. Feel your weight evenly distributed across your feet. Roll the shoulders back, let the palms face forward, fingers spread wide. Feel the thighs pulling away from one another as the heels draw towards one another. Tuck your tailbone in. Feel your shoulders dropping down, engage your core, and close your eyes here. And just take a moment to get connected with your breath. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, feel the belly and chest expand as you breathe in. And slowly releasing, exhaling through the nose. Mouth is closed, jaw relaxed. Connecting to our Ujjayi breath here, the breath of yoga, that slow, steady inhalation and exhalation. And this morning we'll let our breath be our guide, connecting simple standing postures to that breath. So opening your eyes, inhale, lift the arms up, look up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinging at the hips, leading with the heart, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up for a flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, ride your breath all the way back to standing. Look up, little back bend. And exhale, hands come to heart center, Samastitihi. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, back down. And with straight, strong legs on the inhalation, ride your breath all the way back up, little back bend. And exhale, hands come to heart center. So from here, we're going to shift our weight into our left foot, coming into tree pose. So several variations of tree pose. You can start using your toes kind of as a kickstand. You can come up into the inner calf muscle, or you can come all the way up so your foot is in your inner thigh. Wherever you are, allow your weight to be evenly distributed across that grounded foot. If you feel yourself starting to wobble out to one side or the other, just kind of push the foot down and consciously be aware of that weight being distributed across the foot. If you're rolling out to the outside, you can kind of use your big toe as an anchor. And when you've found your balance, start to grow the branches of your tree upward and outward. Relax the shoulders, lift the heart, and continue to breathe. On an exhalation, bring the hands back to heart center. Bring that knee out in front of you, point the toes. We're going to take a twist here. So our left hand is going to go to the outside of our right knee. Right hand reaches behind. And with strong core, go ahead and look back at that right hand. Core is nice and strong. Come back to center. Hands together at heart center. We're going to come into a warrior 3 or Virabhadrasana 3. So slowly slide that back leg back. And as the back leg is going backwards, the front half of the body goes forward. So think of your body kind of like a teeter-totter. And you want that teeter-totter to be perfectly balanced in the middle. Drop your right hip down a little so it's facing the earth. Bring your gaze down, engage your core. And now bring the hands down, coming into standing splits. So lift that back leg up as high as you can behind you. And then exhale, drop that foot back down, back to standing forward fold. And just kind of hang out here. Shake the head, yes, shake it no. Relax the shoulders. Take both hands to opposite elbows, making a little square with your arms, and then just slowly sway from side to side. Continuing that Ujjayi breath as you move. Release the arms, and on an inhalation, rise back to standing, little back bend, and exhale, Samastitihi. Here we are right where we started, this time shifting the weight to the right foot and coming back to tree. So remember, we can take a little kickstand, we can come up into our inner calf, or we can come up into the inner thigh. You can even, if you prefer, come into half lotus here. So again, the palms are together at heart center as we find our balance. Sometimes we're a little wobbly, that's okay. It's usually easier on one side versus the other. And some days we feel ourselves perfectly balanced and other days much more wobbly. Just let go of judgment. It's impossible to balance when you're judging yourself. You're gonna grow your branches upward and outward. Hold here, take a few deep breaths. Exhale and smile. Nice strong core. Maintaining your balance. And when you're ready, exhale, bring the hands back together at heart center. Bring that knee out in front of you, point the toes, getting ready for that same twist on the other side. So right hand to the outside of the left knee, left arm behind you. When you're ready, the gaze follows. Of course, when you shift your gaze, it becomes a little more challenging to balance, so just kind of play with it. Come back to center. And we're going to come back into that Virabhadrasana 3. So slowly that left leg slides back, point the toes, and the top half of the body drops forward towards the earth. Now you want your torso and your leg in line with one another. Drop the left hip a little bit so it's facing the earth. And you want that body perfectly parallel to the earth. When you're ready, bring the hands all the way down. Lift that leg up for standing splits. Nice deep stretch down the back side of the right leg here. And then drop the left leg back down. Both feet balanced on the earth. Let the top half of the body hang heavy. Back into standing forward fold. Just like before, take opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let the head hang limp. And slowly sway from side to side. Come back to your breath, that beautiful Ujjayi breath, slow, steady inhalation and exhalation. Release the arms, inhale, ride your breath back to standing, little back bend, and exhale, Samastitihi. So from here, we're gonna be at the back of our mat, so I'm gonna change my angle here. Since I'm not moving my camera, you'll kind of see me facing you and then coming to the side. So we're all at the back of our mat, and we're just gonna roll our shoulders back 3 times. And when you're ready, you're gonna take a giant step forward with your left foot. And you're gonna swivel the right foot flat. So you've got a little angle in that right ankle. And now a nice deep 90-degree bend in the left knee. Lift the arms up, bring the gaze up. Drop the shoulders down. Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1. Hips should be squared off towards the front of the room. So the hips, the shoulders, and that left knee are all facing the same direction. Take a second to check yourself. Make sure you can see your left toe. You don't want your knee kind of dropping inward. If you can't see your left toe, that means you need to bring that knee out a little bit. Connect with your breath here. Deepen the bend in that front knee. Feel the feet squeezing towards one another, working the inner thighs. Lift the pelvic floor. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And now open up Warrior B. So in Warrior B, our right shoulder draws back, left shoulder forward. Drop deeper in that knee. Blur the gaze out over the left middle finger. Connect back with your breath. Feel your energy spiraling inward, so it's like it's starting on the outer thighs, rolling in, and the feet are squeezing towards one another. So instead of feeling the feet pressing out and like you're slipping and sliding, you're squeezing in and lifting up. Pelvic floor lifts up, abdominal muscles lift up, and then from the top, you're crunching back down until you find this powerhouse right at the center of your abdomen. And that's where we are. in our beautiful Virabhadrasana 2. So from here, we're going to take Parsvakonasana. So the lower half of our body stays the same. Reach, 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 reach forward and come down with that hand on the inside of the foot and the right arm up. If that's challenging for you, you can grab your block and you can maybe come down on the block here. If you want to drop the block a little lower, you can come here. Wherever you're at today is okay. If you need to use your block, that's okay, use it. It's not a sign of weakness. Now bring your drishti, your gaze, up towards your right thumb. And now when you're ready, taking that block to the side, inhale, rise back up. And then exhale, windmill the hands down. So we're spinning the back toes around. So we're up on our right toes now instead of on that flat foot. And we're in a nice runner's lunge. From here, I want you to drop back down onto the right knee. Uncurl the toes. Let the hips start to drop forward and start to see this left knee coming forward. So it's going past the ankle. Imagine you're kind of dragging the right part of the body behind you. So that right leg is getting dragged and you're starting to feel a nice stretch down the front side of the right leg, especially in the psoas. And breathing here, you can keep your hands on the mat, or if you're ready, you can lift the arms up, look up, and continue to breathe. Relax the shoulders, lift the heart. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Now shift the weight back. Come on to the left heel. Straighten the left leg. Toes are up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, fold forward over that straight leg. Come back to a flat foot, press into the earth, power up that back leg, and this time, 90-degree bend in the front knee, stay up on the back toes, rise up, crescent lunge. Look up, drop the shoulders, and exhale right back down, step back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, lift the rib cage, exhale, tilt those hips. So your hips should be lifting up and back to where the wall and ceiling meet behind you. From here, sway the hips from side to side. Shake the head out, make sure the neck is relaxed. Come back to center, nice, strong, powerful pose here. Lift the kneecaps, engage the quads. And when you're ready on an exhalation, walk the hands back to meet the feet. Come back to standing forward fold. Uttanasana. On an inhalation, ride your breath back to standing, nice flat back. Little back bend, and exhale, hands come to heart center. I'm just going to switch to the other side of my mat so you can still see me. And we're going to do the same thing. So you can just stay on the back of your mat. This time, we're going to take a giant step forward with our right foot. So when you're ready, giant step, bend that knee, swivel the left foot flat, lift the arms up, shoulders and hips squared up so they're facing forward. Nice deep bend in that knee. Check in with yourself. Do you have a 90-degree bend in your knee? Can you see your big toe? If your knee's going inward, you need to take it and bring it out so you can see that big toe. And now deepen the bend and breathe. Feel the shoulders pulling down and the heart lifting up. On an exhalation, bring the hands to heart center and open up Warrior B or Warrior 2. In Sanskrit, warrior pose is Virabhadrasana. So again, nice deep bend in that knee. Remember, energy spiraling inward. So we start on the outer thighs, we roll in, the feet are squeezing in, the inner thighs are working, we're lifting up. Pelvic floor is lifting, abdominal muscles crunching, meeting in the center. That strong powerhouse of a core is maintaining our balance. Come back to your breath. And from here, we reach forward for Parsvakonasana. Again, you can grab that block if you need it. Right hand on the ground, left arm up. So our shoulders should be stacked, And our drishti, or our gaze, is up at our left thumb. Remember to breathe. It's that slow, steady ujjayi breath, in and out through the nose. The mouth is closed. The jaw is relaxed. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, windmill the hands down and spin around on the back toes. So you're up on your left toes now instead of on a flat foot. You're in a nice low runner's lunge. Now let that left knee drop all the way down onto the mat. Uncurl the left toes and start to see that right knee coming forward past the ankle. Remember, you're dragging the left leg behind you. Now, try to relax the shoulders, lift the heart. Maybe you're able to lift the arms up. The hips keep dropping lower and lower to the earth as you really feel a nice stretch in that left psoas. When you're ready, exhale back down and shift the weight. So we're gonna straighten the front leg, coming onto our right heel, right toes pointing up towards the sky, fold forward over that straight leg. Keep the hips even. Keep the core engaged. Relax the neck. Nice stretch down the back side of that right leg. Now come back to a flat foot. Power up that back leg, toes curl back under. Rise up, crescent lunge. Holding here, nice deep bend in the knee. The left leg is straight, so you're still feeling that nice stretch down the front side of that left leg. Exhale, hands come down, step back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the rib cage. Exhale, tilt those hips. This should feel good. On an exhalation, walk the hands back to meet the feet. Coming back to standing forward fold. This time we're going to come into Padangusthasana, so our first two fingers hook around our big toes. Inhale, look up for length, flatten the back. Exhale, drop down. Give a little tug on the toes as you lengthen the spine. Release the grip on the toes, straight, strong legs. Inhale, rise to standing. Take that little back bend and exhale, hands come back to heart center, Samastitihi. So I'm going to face you again. You can stay at the back of your mat. We are going to come into Eagle's Pose. So similar to where we started with Tree Pose, let's get our weight evenly distributed. Roll those shoulders back, lift the heart. Find your balance, come back to your breath. And when you're ready, shift all the weight into that left foot again. Take a little bend in that knee, and we're gonna do a double wrap. So see, you're gonna take all the way over and then hook those toes around the inside of the calf. And since our right leg is on top, we're gonna put the left arm on top. So double wrapping arms and legs, and then kind of sink into it. And just squeeze everything, the arms and the legs are squeezing tight to one another. And come back to that beautiful Ujjayi breath. It's a great pose to really center ourselves and find our focus. And when you're ready, release. Shake your legs out, shake your arms out. Roll the shoulders back again, find your balance, and shift into the right foot. Little bend, little bounce. Left foot crosses over, double wrap. Right arm crosses over. Double wrap. Everything squeezes and you kind of sink into it. Try and keep your spine nice and straight. Try and keep your heart lifted. We don't want to be bending over towards our knees here. Come back to your breath. And when you're ready, release. Shake it all out. And this time we're going to take our feet nice and wide on our mat. So you are going to spin around this time to kind of be in the same direction that I'm in. And we're going to be slightly pigeon-toed. So our toes are just ever so slightly in and our heels are ever so slightly out. Nice straight legs. Tuck the tailbone in. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, arms lift up. Look up. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Straight spine. Stop when you're halfway to the ground. So your torso is perfectly parallel to the earth. And now exhale, come all the way down. Bring your hands on the mat just in line with your feet. Now the objective here, imagine you had a marker and you drew a line from the center of your left foot over to the center of your right foot. You want your hands and your head to ultimately get on that same line. So everything is working its way down. Now the wider your feet are, the easier it is to get your head down. And when your head's down, if you find that that's really easy, you can shorten your stance a little bit. Walk those feet back in and try to get the head back down again. Keep the legs straight and strong. Feel the spine lengthening. Abdominal muscles engaged as you work to maintain your balance here. The more everything's on one line, the more you have to balance. And when you're ready, inhale, come back to halfway, hold here, and then come all the way up. And drop your arms down. So from this wide leg pose, we're just gonna slowly transition our way to triangle pose. So we're going to point our left toes forward, walk that back foot back a little bit, keeping both legs straight, arms extended, reach forward, keep that front leg straight. Now in triangle pose, you can either come down on the inside of that foot, or if you wanna go a little deeper, you can come down on the outside of that foot. Shoulders perfectly aligned, drishti up towards the right thumb, really lengthening that side body here. If you want to move into that side body a little more, we come into Utthita Trikonasana. That right arm reaches forward. Oh, this should feel so good, lengthening that side body. Our right palm faces the earth. And our drishti, of course, follows the hand. Arm lifts back up. Strong core, rise up. And now spin around, other side. So right toes pointing forward this time, left foot flat, straight legs, tailbone tucked in, reach, reach, reach. Keep reaching, and then come down. Maybe on the inside, or maybe you reach, 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 and come down on the outside of that foot. Arm lifts up, shoulders are stacked. Now, just like we did in Parsvakonasana, you can use your block here for a little extra support if you need it. So you would be bringing your hand down onto that block instead of all the way down onto the mat. Now from here, Utthita Trikonasana, left arm reaches forward, lengthen that side body. Drishti follows the hand. This should feel so good. Lift the arm back up. Inhale, come all the way up. Spin the toes back, drop the arms, and walk the feet together. So that concludes our standing practice. So you would just kind of make your way onto the ground at this point, and we'll just do a couple of things to start to ground ourselves. So we'll start by just kind of giving ourselves a hug, and then rolling onto our back, squeezing in, rocking from side to side, and then release the arms and legs, and just let yourself melt into the earth. So if you have some more time, you can stay here for 10 minutes and just reconnect with your breath, allowing everything to slow down. And if you're short on time today, like many of us often find that we are, you can conclude your practice here, bringing the palms together at heart center, sitting straight and tall, and just taking a moment to set an intention for your day. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.